Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Black Men Matter series on the male perspective. The podcast that's all about dispelling stereotypes and shining a light on the rich and varied experiences of Black men from all around the world. Each episode aims to broaden understanding and foster appreciation for their unique stories that often go unheard. Now, here is your host, Lana Reid, to introduce you to yet another remarkable Black man with an insightful perspective to share.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Male Perspective. I am your host, Lana Reid, and today, on this day, I have the pleasure of sitting down with a gentleman by the name of Xavier Smith. He is the founder of an amazing nonprofit called Kind Mentoring, as well as he has a career as an intervention specialist. Looking forward to hearing some more about his work. But first and foremost, as I always do, sir, I take a quick moment to pause and say thank you to you for making time for me today. Time is a gift. Once we give it, we can't get it back. So I truly appreciate you setting aside this time in your day to sit down and talk with me. And with that, sir, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Awesome. So we've got a little bit of time today, and I got a whole bunch of questions I want to ask you. So as we get started, I wanted to talk. You were from Anderson, South Carolina. And you found yourself pursuing a career in criminal justice and business. So I was just wondering if you could share with us, how did a young man from Anderson end up in criminal justice?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you again. Grateful, just grateful to be here. So it all started, again, Anderson, South Carolina, upstate. Definitely got to be specific about where you days. But it all started, really just growing up in the city, where it's fairly big. Not a lot going on, but it gets very busy throughout the beginning of the week. Then the end of the week kind of get a little bit more busier, but it begins to slow down. So a little bit about myself. Of course, I'm a native from here. I attended Westside High School here in Anderson. And then I went to the prestigious Morris College. For many that don't know where Morris College is in Sumter, South Carolina, HBCU. So a little bit about Morris College. First time attending a HBCU school. First graduate in the family, so I'm grateful to be able to be the first graduate in the family. I'll be truthful with you, it wasn't an easy thing to do. But I had to trust the process to get through it. In college, I joined a few organizations. A few organizations that I did join was the Criminal Justice Club, as I served as a volunteer and a event planner. I also was on the SGA board, Student Government Association. I served 2 terms as a secretary, and then I went on to pursue some other major leadership roles on the campus as well. I really didn't find like the gift to really do these things until it got mid part of my years at Morris College. So I really started networking and connecting around my junior year. Now, many people ask like, why so late? Talking wasn't an easy thing for me. Like growing up, I was a very shy and timid person. A lot of things that I dealt with in my life. A lot of things I was exposed with early in a good way. Just through life, it's not easy to just like open up to any and everyone. So you got to kind of, walk yourself through those times, and, you eventually get better at it. So as I found myself joining these organizations, I found a passion. It was a passion that I want to stop and give a praise to, our God that we serve. I keep God in the middle of everything that I do, and I know the things that I'm doing. If it would not been for Him, it would not been able to happen for me. So thank God for being able to allow me to stand at His feet and just use His words, and just take in everything that I need from Him. So joining these organizations, I just started getting accustomed to, learning how everything kind of operates on the campus and just getting around different people. So I expanded myself, and I took the risks, and I started getting into the communities of Sumter a little bit. I didn't know much about Sumter, so it was kind of hard trying to navigate and figure out what is what, but I made it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I expanded myself to Columbia, and I started networking a little bit down there, and then I found a passion for getting into a few organizations in Columbia too that I still have very much involvements with now, in my latter years. So um, with my degree, I finished around 2020. I stayed 5 years instead of 4 years. Why 5 years? I took up some electives, so I wanted to challenge my brain a little bit more. Um,
Mm-hmm.
to just get through school. But that end of 2020, I graduated with my bachelor's of art in criminal justice investigations, and then I did a sub minor in business administration. To be where I'm at now.
You go. Awesome. Awesome. How big is Sumter, a big city?
Sumter is fairly big, but it's big enough.
Big enough.
Yeah,
Okay. Big
yeah,
enough. All right. All right. Well, let me shift to Kind Mentoring, your nonprofit that you founded.
yeah.
What was going on at that time where you felt the need to create this nonprofit?
Oh man, oof, that's an overwhelming moment. So I started kind mentoring 2 years ago. 2 years
Okay.
ago, August the 23rd, 2023.
Hmm.
Kind mentoring is definitely my baby,
There
um,
you go.
for sure. So I am the CEO. Um, a little bit about the organization. Kind mentoring, we work directly with teen males here in Anderson County. We looking to expand it across the upstate. So we potentially would like to put it in that North Carolina area. Long as I keep trusting God, I hope to put it there here soon. But
He will
we
provide.
doing the work here in Anderson. We work with teens around the age of 8 through 16. We kind of bumped it back a little bit. We was kind of playing with the ages because teens are, you know, now the younger they are, they taking a lot
Mm.
more risk. They playing with fire a little bit.
Earlier, yeah.
So, from those immaturity stages to now, age move forward, and we know it don't move backwards. We know time move forward, and we know it don't move backwards. I decided to target those younger generation of young boys, so they can get ahead of life. Of course, our mission is, to empower
Mm.
young men, try to work with them on a personal level, but to help them create healthy choices. So some of those healthy choices through our services is we provide that academic support, which we take a look at performance, how grades are looking. We also, we work with a few kids that has like those special disabilities. So if they're dealing with ADD, ADHD,
Mm-hmm.
uh, even kids that have like temperamental issues,
Mm-hmm.
we take them as they are, to one, assist with the families. We also do, mentorship. Our mentorship is broken down to three areas. We provide one-on-one mentorship, which we look at that as the light bulb, because we definitely want to sit down with these kids one-on-one. A group setting may not always work for them, so we want to make sure,
True.
try to help wherever we can fit in that area. We also do group mentoring, and then we do peer mentoring as well. So we in the communities, we hosting workshops, seminars, and things of that sense. We also offer some life skill development leadership classes, and then we also do like specialized programming. So what that specialized programming is looking like is we launched a pilot program, one with our current mentees that's in the program. We are training them, or we sending them off to a training so we can train them how to be mentors if they are interested, and then they'll be able to go into the school systems or go into DJJ or whatever case might be, and they'll be able to mentor at the current age that they're at right now. So we got a lot, we got a lot that's
Beautiful.
going. within the organization, outside of just the mentoring section. On top of the mentoring services, we have like 10 other services. Those services are family engagement. So we do offer family engagements where we do, pair and merge ourselves with the parents to, just be a assistance and a support for them. So we involve ourselves with them as much as possible. We also do like technology integration, and then we do some other things around sports because we know kids
Okay.
love. So yeah, I think that was it.
You got it all covered. Okay. Well,
Uh,
let me backtrack a little bit because Kind Mentoring stands for something. Your organization has four pillars, core components to it. What does it stand for?
yes. So kind stand for one. We focus on kindness. And then the I stand for inspiration, and then the N stand for nurture, and then our D stand for development. Uh,
Hmm.
we focus our pillars around those area of focus because it's very much needed when you are working with these teams. So you got to figure out like, hey, you know, these kids are starting off like great value kids. You walk into a store and you see things with great value on the box or the whatever case might be, the fruits. They great value.
Hmm.
We gotta meet them where they at. But we definitely trying to enhance and scale them where they become those leaders, they become those managers and directors and whatever they want to be in life. So we try to scale our expertise and our knowledge where we at.
Okay. How big is the team so far?
Say that one more time.
How big is your team so far? How many people you have on board working with you?
So right now, young men, we serve 22 kids, 22 active. It's you got some that's you got they all different. I'm gonna say that they all different in their own ways. And we celebrate all of our mentees. Definitely shout out to my board of directors. Got a very 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 great board where they serve at the highest capacity. They do a lot of involvements with the kids as well, but they particularly they do a lot of governing and admins administration for the business. So they are doing a great job with taking off with the business and making sure that operations is looking how it's supposed to look while I do my little work.
Your big
My
work while you do your big
big work.
work.
I try to not involve. They tell me all the time. They were like, why you they asked me the other week, they said, why you have so many, how you got so much involvement with these kids? They were like, we just want you to relax and be an ED. I said, look, I don't mind about putting the boots to the ground. I said, it don't hurt me to get out there, but I understand too. It's things that I have to do on my end as a CEO,
Hmm.
to make sure the operations and functions is still um, going as the business is up. So I have chilled out a little bit. I have stepped down just a little bit to work on what I need to. So
Yeah, yeah. And when you connect with the kids and you resonate with the kids, it's kind of hard to step back from that because you're the one who's making the connection. So that's understandable.
yes,
That's understandable.
yeah.
You have a program, and I thought it was so impactful. I want you to explain it a little bit more. The Sunday sit down. What's that all about?
So the Sunday sit down, man, my chair president came up with the idea one day at our board meeting, and he was like, let's incorporate a Sunday sit down. I said, man, what is this going to include? So the Sunday sit down is one of our is a pivot to the program where one we try to make sure that we are managing how kids are going into the school system, and we want to also make sure how are they doing on a personal and a mental state of mind. So we do the Sunday sit down one to challenge our families. What are your kids actually doing in the schools?
Mhm.
Like, are they dealing with depression? Are they dealing with suicidal issues? Like, what are better ways that you can effectively get your work done? How can you ask for a tutor? Like,
Mm.
how should you respond to your teachers? So the
Mhm.
Sunday sit down one help the families, but it also gauges other families or, just other teens that may be interested in the program that may be looking for services like that to be involved with us, and they get the same kind of service. So that Sunday sit down go out every Sunday at 3:30, and we just try to challenge them with some kind of question. We try to put the graphics. We try to be all creative as much as possible,
Mm.
so we could just help with whatever the parents may need.
Okay, so this is more for the parents to assist them. Okay, you're all around. You're touching every piece of the puzzle there. So we got the kids, we got the parents. Now the next thing I want you to explain to me that you've got going on is the trash day mixture. You're about community service, sir. You are about community service. What goes
Yeah,
on that day?
man, the trash pickup. So the trash pickup was a 4-year anniversary. So we celebrated 4 years. This is something that I did 4 years ago. Just trying to pop my head out into the communities to figure out what is what. We have a lot of people integrating into Anderson County. So people are coming from big cities, small cities, little cities, whatever you call them. And they are looking to come to Anderson County to retire. So what that means, they gonna ride around. They trying to figure out where they can live at. They trying to peep the scenery and make sure it's the fit for them. So my idea was, to gather up my young men, the families, their little sisters and their little cousins. Let's go pick up trash. Like it's, our environment is one of the biggest things that we don't look at like it's supposed to be important. But that is very important that we go out and make sure that we serve the way that
Mm-hmm.
we need. Now I know we did collaborate with the Anderson County cleanup um, uh, sector part. They also do some things around the economic development. Um, a big hats off to our county councilman, Mr. Glenn Davis. He does a very great job with conducting these trash cleanups. He also got his hands in a lot, but he does a lot to support me as well as a county councilman, as well as our city councilman too. They get very excited when they hear about these things going on in the community. So we very known. We grew. We have different clubs and organizations that come out and help us at their own discretion if they can make it. But we just try to be a service to our community. But we also um, we just want everything to stay clean. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when they say when your outfit is when you look good, you feel good. So when your environment looks good, you feel good. Only makes sense, right?
yeah,
All right.
yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So I think did I see something else like you have music and all of that stuff? It's like a day of activities. Did I see that or what goes on
Um,
there? I might my auntie a little old, so she might have missed.
it, I'm gonna say it like this. We are doing a lot. I will say this. Um, we do have something that's called our KPC, which
Okay.
our kind parent connect. So this is something that we implemented August 1st. So now not only the kids when they see interest in the program and they enroll into the program, now the parents got to be involved. However,
Awesome.
however, when the parents are involved, we do choose two parent representatives to serve the organization and the parents as well. So what that looks like is we just ask two things of the parents. One is you either do community service with kind mentoring, or you find an organization or a charity to do community service with. Secondly, we require our representatives too as well to host a parent meeting per month, to make sure that they are meeting with the parents, making sure that, hey, is everyone good? Is your son good? Hey, we got this coming up. We need to dress like this, or whatever case might be. But we try to make sure that we hold the parents accountable. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so what's better than holding the parents accountable than letting the world teach them? So
Mm-hmm.
sure that we ain't having the world teach our kids how to live and how to navigate and get through this lifestyle when it start at home. So parents got to be involved.
Yeah, you got to be involved. Now, you mentioned in the beginning that Kind Mentoring is a baby, a new nonprofit. So
Yeah.
that means it has opportunity now at this stage to grow in any direction. How would you like to see it evolve in the next 5 or 10 years? What are your hopes for Kind Mentoring?
My hopes is one is to I would definitely like to brick and mortar this thing again. Um, any and everywhere. It'll be nice to have a headquarters somewhere where
Mm,
it's so it just is focused. We have a focus somewhere. People can call the headquarters, whatever case might be. But we wanting to spread this thing where it gains more attraction and visibility. Oftentimes, mentorship may be little to someone else because it's like, we are all trying to help kids in some kind of capacity.
mhm,
Um, but I take it very serious. One, because I've been in mentorship 6 years and I've
mhm,
been working with teen males for 3.5 years. So I'm going on year 4 of working with teen males and I know what their needs are.
mhm,
I know because I am a man, I know what the whole father absenteeism look like. I know what the whole, father abstinence look like,
mhm,
all this kind of stuff I'm relatively know about. So,
mhm.
just to help other teens thrive, I would like to, just reach teens across the board and just help them learn how to style life.
Awesome.
Have fun. Just do the things that you desire to do. And then something that helped me out also as a ED is you have to get on a level. I learned that you gotta have fun with your kids. Like have fun with them. Do what they like to do.
Mhm,
In a sense, they'll call you boring every now and then, but it's okay to be boring every now and then. But I take the opportunity to do what they want to do. Listen to the music they want to listen to. I get into all the fashion like they do, and all this good stuff that be going on. But the next 5 or 10 years, I'm really looking for this thing to just one, not just make money, but start out as service. Like service is more important than the money. We know the
there
money
you
will
go.
come. I'm real
Yeah,
huge.
there you go. It will have impact. It will have impact. God is doing his work. Now,
Yes.
I want to switch to your career because you are an intervention specialist. And there's a lot of
Yes.
people out there that might not be familiar with the career, and it might be some young people who might say, that's something I want to go into. So I was wondering if you could explain exactly what an intervention specialist
Mhm.
does. What are your roles and responsibilities?
Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely an intervention specialist now. I just got promoted up to a lead intervention specialist. So I lead in my office now. But where I work at is it's called the Upstate Fatherhood Coalition. Um, Upstate Fatherhood Coalition is not just in the upstate, but Upstate Fatherhood Coalition is statewide. So the region that I serve is Anderson County, but it also expands to our flagship in Greenville and Spartanburg. And then we have our lower counties as Columbia, Dillon County, um, Lexington, all those areas. They have other
Mm,
fields across the board. But my role and responsibilities as a lead intervention specialist is, to get fathers to one place to another through our services. The services that we offer at the State Fatherhood Coalition is one, we work with them with child support assistance. We also work with them with visitation and custody orders or helping them, file in some kind of way. We do also offer like mediation. We help them with expungement processes. We help with divorce decrees. We help with you can name it. Like we help with any and everything. But I think the biggest thing that we learn about fathers is all in our mission. We want to help strengthen the fathers and families through positive
mhm,
community support. So a lot of things that we do at the State Fatherhood Coalition is advocate. So what's better than advocating and supporting a father that don't know his right? So
mhm,
on legal advice, but we do legal education where we educate them on their rights.
mhm,
So things that they might not hear from their DSS caseworker, things that the courts might not share with them, things that your guardian ad litem might not share with you or your attorney. We just try to fill them in on the educational, piece where we can help them know, like, hey, this is your right here. This is the code, the statute. This is what, you know, you be doing. This is some of the stuff that you need to, learn to be able to represent yourself,
Mhm.
a sense. So we do a lot of things with our fathers. We go to court with them. Um,
Awesome.
we write letters for them. We help them find jobs. So we do a lot of work in the field. I will say that a tedious work thing, but it's the best thing that happened, to me, with me being there now almost 5 years in November. So
Mhm. Listening to you talk over the years, I've had a few conversations with some young fathers that find themselves trying to navigate this whole system of, visitation rights, parental support, and all of that stuff, and just trying to keep their head above water. And a lot of them have just expressed frustration, like, forget it, I'm done with it. I don't even want to even pursue. What advice would you give to a young father who's kind of feeling overwhelmed with this whole process?
yes, so first I like to give a disclaimer. Like everything that I say in this moment, is based off familiarity, but it's also off of experience. But to a young father, the advice I would give them is, you know, whatever you do in your life, it comes with a consequence. Regardless of, you find the woman of your dream, the woman of your life, and you lay down and have these kids, that once you have a child, that's when another cost association comes into the family. So now, where do you become active at, from the time that, the mother is going through this whole process, and from the time the baby is conceived. So for my advice to a young father is, to stay involved as much as you can. you know
Mhm.
learn the necessary things that you need to learn. um be involved, stay involved. um if the relationship don't work out, learn how to effectively co-parent and communicate. Also respect the mother. We do not play about that. Regardless of anything, if you don't care for the mother, please respect the mother. I
Mhm.
feel like character is a huge thing that no one can take away from you, but respecting the mother is huge. So if you know that you don't have a relationship with the mother, it's still okay to check in. It's still okay to send nice things, even if she's being rude. So
Mhm.
we teach them those formalities of, like, when you in a stage of growing and trying to get somewhere in life. Like, sometimes you do have to own up to your mistakes. You have to hold yourself accountability. And you just got to always be forward thinking for what's next.
Mhm. And be the bigger, better person sometimes in certain situations, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's all about this kid. So, we got to
Yeah,
do what's best for the kid.
yes.
Now, I see you've added another hat to your many hats you wear. We can call you poet now. When did you start writing?
um yeah. uh
He's blushing. Are you blushing?
yeah, it's been a journey. I mean, poetry, it done opened my eyes. Let me say that it has opened my eyes. Like, writing is huge now. Poetry. I just finished up. I actually just graduated a class like 2 or 3 weeks ago. With a good friend of mine's, out of Atlanta, Georgia. Um, and one day I was in my phone, and I was, just going. I was going through something real heavy. And I was like, let me open up my notes in my phone and let me just write. And I fell in love with this thing called journaling. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it Journaling is fun to me now. I thought it was corny at first, but
Mm-hmm.
fun. So I was journaling, in my notes, and then what I realized about when I finished, I had a rhyme scheme. And I went back and looked at it. I said, hold up, I'm not no poet. Like, what the world? So this happened. I'm gonna tell you what's funny. It happened in 2020, but you gotta think about the current time, 2025. You know, as pandemic continued to move forward, and we was hit hard in 2020. Now I get in 2025 and I realize that life is a bit more harder. So I was like, man, I want to go into poetry. I want to know how to be able to expand my voice. Like, how can I reach more people,
Mm,
uh, even if I'm not in the spiritual realm with them, or like I'm not in the spiritual space or the physical
mhm,
with them? Like, how can I reach them? So I was
mhm,
like, okay, use your voice. So I reached out to a good friend of mine's. He took me through this whole mentoring session. We met on Mondays and Fridays, and it was tedious because I'm like, dang, I said I got to do this today. I just got our word. I was like, man, but I had to make sure that I hold my end up of the agreement though. So,
mhm,
as he was teaching me different things on, what poetry looked like, what's the meaning behind poetry, then I began to like write, and I was writing, and then once he was teaching me the different poetries and the different things that you can do, I was just out to it. Like now, it just
mhm,
come to me naturally. So now I got like 6 or 7 poems written, and I'm ready to release them. Some
mhm.
real good poems. I got some. What poems I got? I got some. They different. They in different fields of what I was trying to write. I had some that was dealing with like how I'm feeling. I had some where I did a contribution to. I did some that I did like a acknowledgement to, but it was a lot. Like if I go back and look at it now, it was a lot of stuff that I was writing about. But as I learned through this whole poetry journey is when things are getting hard or things may not go in your favor to always fall back on your pen.
There you
So
go.
now I know whenever I'm dealing with things and I know it's heavier than me, I just fall back on my pen and start writing.
There you go. And writing releases a whole bunch of stuff. So the next thing we're gonna have to do is get you on stage to do a poetry slam then, right?
Well, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I want to do one. I'm working on
Okay, okay.
it.
All
Yeah,
right, we have to see you on stage. Okay.
yeah.
Now, I want to make sure before I wrap up here, I want to give you. I always like to give my fellow podcasters their acknowledgement. You also host your own podcast as well.
Yes, I'm starting back up. I'm starting back up,
Mhm.
and so I would like to have you on there, vice versa.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you. What type of content do you have on your podcast, or what's the theme of the podcast?
So my podcast is called the Incredible Convo Podcast. We definitely focus around a lot of openness and rawness conversation. So I try to keep it. I try to keep it within the conversations around like life, business, health, you know, advertising other businesses. But we have some really dope conversations that we talk about. I invite guests on there that has some kind of experience in something, or if they just want to come on there and just share their testimony, or,
Mm-hmm.
or just want to get some stuff off their chest. We typically will pick a topic, uh,
Mm-hmm.
or we just go with the flow. But um, we really just focus on just helping others find their voice, and we again want to reach as many people as we can because we know it's people out there that's really looking for your content, my content, your voice, my voice. So any way that we can reach them, it's gonna definitely flow through a podcast. Just having good conversation.
Yeah, everybody's looking for podcasts these days, and more so than watching the news. People really enjoy podcasts. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
well, my last question before I ask you my random question is, young man, you wear a lot of hats. You got your hand in a lot of pots. You're doing a lot of things. Good work, excellent work, amazing work. Um, but it's not without a cost. How do you balance everything and make sure you're mentally okay and able to go and serve all these people all the time? How do you find balance?
It is kind of. is I'm not gonna say it's all over the place, but I my calendar is my everything. So my calendar is gonna help me with any and everything. I have accountability partners. I have other
Okay.
mentors that helps me with trying to balance everything. Currently, my calendar is booked from this month all the way to January 6th. So my calendar is it's trying to fit everything in there. So I have a lot of stuff going on as a current. I have to, matter of fact, I have to go down to Columbia, South Carolina, October the 19th, and I'm attending a award ceremony. Someone here randomly in Anderson County has recognized me up there in Columbia to someone that they are connected with. So I got a Black Affairs award ceremony to attend, and I'm getting awarded for like three different things you
Awesome.
know about. So I'm trying to prepare for that. Um, but balance is everything. My biggest thing is I stay in prayer. Through it all. I'm definitely gonna find time to hit my knees and pray because again, we all on borrowed time, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So prayer is everything to me. Again, I write. I do a lot of devotion. I transitioned into a new church atmosphere where I'm enjoying the word. I'm finding God more than I was supposed to. At first, I was kind of like, man, well, God, why are you doing this to me?
Mm-hmm.
Things, but I had to learn that God sit high and look low. So you got to be careful with your words or what you ask for. So just really just trying to utilize my connects and utilizing the people that's close to me, the main thing.
Mm-hmm. Do you take a day off and just do nothing? Say this is going to be an Xavier day.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't mind. I don't mind about taking no trip. Or if I'm just going somewhere randomly, it doesn't take a lot for me to do it because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna block off my schedule and that's just gonna be it.
Give you time to rest. Give you time to rest. We can't do the good work without rest. Even Jesus
Yes.
took a break. So,
Yes.
all righty. So, well, let me ask you my random question, and then I'm going to ask you to tell us how we connect with you. So, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got.
Huh?
Do you drink milk?
Not no more.
Oh, so let me ask you another one. What product would you stockpile if you found out they weren't going to sell it anymore?
Ooh, good question. Mm. Ooh, that's different. Product.
Food,
Oh, cleaning supplies.
cleaning supply. Okay, we like a clean house, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I ain't mad at you. Me too. Me too. I can't sleep well if the house ain't clean. I
Hey,
can be like, oh. All right. So tell us how we connect with you. If we're ever down your way, maybe we'll peek in on what the work you're doing. And then I think I saw on the website people can donate and all that stuff. So just tell us how we connect with
yes. So my social media is out there.
you. Mm-hmm.
Of course, my personal page. If anybody want to connect with me, just chat with me at Xavier Q Smith. That's my personal page. My other Facebook page, which is my business page, my Instagram, and I got X Twitter set up, but I don't really communicate a lot on X Twitter. But you can find me at Kind Mentoring.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it. You'll see it everywhere. Of course, my website. I always send people my website as a go-to to figure out what's actually going on with me. But if you do just want to see additional things that's happening in my life, it's Xavier Q Smith. If you care to donate, I do have a cash out link for that. It's the $ Kind Mentor, or you can just donate through the website. So
Awesome, awesome. Well, from your internet auntie, sir, I am so, so proud of you. I'm so, it is refreshing to see young people who want to pour back into the communities and young people and do the good work. So I'm so proud of you. And I know your tribe, your village around you is so proud as well. Just keep on doing the work and will look out for you in 5-10 years and just see Khan mentoring exploded all over low country and upstate South Carolina, right? We got to make sure we have a difference. So I'm expecting good things from you, and just keep on doing that wonderful, doing God's work. Keep on doing God's work.
Yes, yes, thank you. I'm grateful. Like I said, I seen you on LinkedIn, and I ran across your name and page, and I was like, man, I didn't know she had a podcast. So when I started, seeing, the other people you was interviewing and doing recordings for, I listened to a few of them, and I was like, man, these guys really got stories. These guys really got a lot going on. So I enjoy listening to the other men perspectives. Helping me as a young man. I'm 29 years old, so I need all the knowledge and the wisdom I can get. So I enjoyed their conversations as well. Shout out to your empire as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, with that, sir, that is all for this week's episode of The Male Perspective. I am your host, Lana Reid, and I will see everybody next time.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Black Men Matter series on the Male Perspective. This podcast is an initiative of Conversations in Color, a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to uplifting Black voices. Make sure to check out our website, conversationsincolor.org, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platforms. We'll see you on the next episode.